Have you ever felt that a complicated explanation sounds more true? At No Magic, we don't study minds or souls. We study interactions. Today, we apply conceptual hygiene to that trap. False profundity. Ready to translate the noun into a verb? Notice this. When someone acts shy, we often say they're very insecure or their childhood marked them. These phrases sound deep, as if they explain something. But if you look closely, they're like saying a watch works because it has watch-ness. You just put a label on it and think you've found the cause. This isn't new. For centuries, people explained that a stone falls because of its nature. It sounded mystical, but it didn't help predict anything. Then came a simpler description. Bodies with mass attract each other based on distance. That apparent simplicity turned out to be so powerful, it let us reach the moon. The same happens with our behavior. What we call mind or personality is often a linguistic ghost. Behind the word insecurity, there's something much more concrete, a history of interactions. An organism that, in certain contexts, has learned to avoid, to tense up, to stay quiet. There's no entity inside. There's a trajectory, what's called ontogenetic functional expansion in non-mediational psychology. To understand this, we use the KHO model. K is the context, the situation, the people, the social rules. H is history, everything you've lived through, your successes, your failures, how you learn to relate. O is your organism, your body, your biology, but always interacting with K and H, but none of them act alone. And within that history, there are 3 levels. The material order, what you do with your body, like avoiding eye contact. The vital order, the emotions that get activated, like fear. And the human order, language, meanings, the labels you use to explain yourself, like saying, I'm insecure. That last level is the trickiest. The words we use shape what we feel. Why are we so seduced by empty profundity? Because we live in a social field where psychological labels function as cultural capital. Saying I have trauma sounds more sophisticated than saying at parties I get nervous and stay quiet. Deep words give us status, make us feel like we understand, even when we're just repeating myths. The alternative isn't being simple for simplicity's sake, but being precise. Conceptual hygiene means translating, turning nouns into verbs, essences into interactions. Instead of asking, why am I so anxious? Ask, in what situations does my heart race and I avoid talking? That actually lets you do something about it. When you describe behavior in terms of context, history, and organism, the explanation becomes useful. You can change the context, practice new responses, and modify your history with new experiences. You're not searching for a hidden trauma. You're building a different present. The simple, properly understood, is more powerful than the deep, poorly understood. At No Magic, we don't give you deep truths. We give you tools so you stop needing them. Because critical thinking doesn't bite, but it does make you uncomfortable. And because behind us is a whole tradition of thinkers who dedicated their lives to dismantling myths, subscribe and let's practice this conceptual hygiene together. Do you accept the challenge to believe less and understand more?